I will never forget this experience for the rest of my life. We feel for this staff. They are like our children. And you can imagine, having put them through education, and they are now at the last lap serving the nation. And in that context also serving the country to conduct credible elections, and somebody sniffs life out of them. I really feel it. So my focus is more on the staff that we have engaged. Some have been injured. Some were abducted. We worked with the security agencies to secure their release. In fact, yesterday, in the case of one of the local governments in Rivers, I was told that it's not just INEC ad hoc staff, but also regular staff and the police held hostage. I had to make a quick call to secure the release of all. And shortly after I made the call, I learned that they were all released unharmed. So I focused more on those that we have engaged and deployed for election duty. But our heart also goes out to the families of all Nigerians who lost their loved ones on account of last Saturday's elections. So this one, I think, is the lead agency responsible for election security that should give us a toll nationwide of the number of people that might have unfortunately lost their lives. So Reuters, I'm not in a position to give you the figures, cumulative figures of citizens who might have died in the course of the elections. Underage voting in Taraba, as reported by the media. Well, we have said it over and over again. The law in Nigeria is very clear on eligibility for voting in our elections. No one can be registered and no one can vote if he or she is below the statutory age of 18 years. And our position is very clear. Any person below the statutory age of 18 who appeared at any polling unit should immediately be arrested. And I'm not sure of what happened truly in Taraba, whether they were underage persons and they were not arrested. But that is the standing instruction. We just cannot have people who are ineligible to vote in our elections voting. Our position is very, very clear on this matter. River State, it says someone someone moved to a collation center and forced a change of result. I'm not aware that any such thing happened in Rivers, that any result has been tampered with. The procedure for writing of results, the collation, including the collation processes, are very clear, and the forms or instruments used for collation of results and transmission of same are also very clearly defined. And I'm not aware that at any of our collation centers, someone forced his way in any state to change figures. I want on this note to say that one of our major responsibilities is not only to try and conduct elections, but also to protect the integrity of the process. Why should we bother conducting elections when we cannot, as a commission, vouch for the integrity of the outcome of the elections and protect the sanctity of the ballot? We will continue to do so, and we'll continue to do so courageously, believing that the best way to guard our democracy is by protecting the sanctity of the ballot. And this, I want to assure you that we will never, never in this respect fail the nation. So work continues. I'm inviting all of you who are accredited at 6 o'clock to please come to the National Collation Center. There will be a formal inauguration, and it is from there that hopefully in not too distant future, the Commission will make a formal declaration of who the next President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is. I thank you very much on behalf of INEC. Thank you.
DIG, 1 minute. Thank you, studio. The briefing was somewhat emotion-laden following the death of a core member in Degama River State. Though there were also good news of smooth ride of the smooth conduct of the elections that took place yesterday. But before we go to
approaches on February 16th. Citizen Information Network gives you a rundown of some of the presidential candidates and their political parties. Kingsley Moghalu, YPP. Kingsley Moghalu is the candidate of the Young Progressive Party, YPP, for the 2019 presidential election in Nigeria. Moghalu was born in Lagos in 1963. He is the former United Nations official and professor in international business and public policy at the Tufts University Fletcher School of Law and Diplomacy. His campaign promises include 1 billion naira venture capital funding of the creative industry and startup businesses in Nigeria, prioritizing the reformation of the Nigerian police, establish a seaport in eastern Nigeria, and complete the second Niger bridge within 2 years. Omoyele Sowore, AAC. Omoyele Sowore is the candidate of the African Action Congress. He was born in 1971. Sowore is from Eseodo, Ondo State in southwest Nigeria. He is a Nigerian human rights activist, pro-democracy campaigner, and founder of online news agency Sahara Reporters. His campaign promises include to pay workers 100,000 naira living wage, youth corps members to earn 50,000 naira monthly allowance, legalization of Indian hemp. Ade Tokunbo, Olufela Durotoye, ANN. Olufela Durotoye, born in Ibadan, Oyo State in 1971, is the presidential candidate of the Alliance for New Nigeria for the 2019 presidential elections. Fela Durotoye is a business consultant, leadership expert, and motivational speaker. He is the president of the Gemstone Nation Builders Foundation, a non-profit, non-governmental organization targeted at training youths towards transformational leadership and social change. Below are some of his campaign promises if elected. Increase education and literacy rate by up to 90%. Defeat Boko Haram with human intelligence and return internally displaced persons, IDP, and diversify the economy by promoting non-oil sector growth through agriculture, mines, and steel. Atiku Abubakar, PDP. Atiku Abubakar, an indigene of Adamawa State in Nigeria, born in 1946. He is the People's Democratic Party, PDP, presidential candidate for the 2019 presidential elections. Atiku served as the 11th Vice President of Nigeria from 1999 to 2007 under the presidency of Olusegun Obasanjo. Abubakar is a co-founder of Intel's, an oil-serving business with extensive operations in Nigeria and abroad. He is also the founder of Adama Beverages Limited and AUN, both in Yola, Adamawa. Campaign promises include privatization of economy, to end pro-Biafra agitation, and 40% cabinet seats for youths. Muhammadu Buhari, APC. The incumbent president, Muhammadu Buhari, is the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress, APC. Buhari was born in 1942. He is an indigene of Dara in Katsina State, Nigeria. Buhari is a retired Major General in the Nigerian Army and previously served as the nation's head of state from 31st December 1983 to 27th August 1985 after taking power in a military coup d'etat. He unsuccessfully ran for the office of President of Nigeria in the 2003, 2007 and 2011 general elections before defeating the incumbent president Goodluck Jonathan in 2015 to become Nigerian president. If re-elected, Buhari has promised to do the following: infrastructure in terms of improved roads, rail and power, agricultural development, and human capital enhancement services, healthcare and education. Citizen Information Network will be bringing you live updates and live feed on the 2019 presidential election. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't done so at CIN Nigeria. You can also follow us on all social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. Citizen Information Network will be streaming live. To be part of this, log on to our website www.cinnigeria.com/live.
Even the PVC to identify card is difficult due to system malfunction.
We have 35 polling units in Wuse Ward. There is no ward. There is no polling unit in Wuse Ward that does not have a card reader malfunction.
How many have you visited?
I've visited virtually all of them.
Okay.
You know, this line you see right here, you know, the card reader is malfunctioning. You know, the same way with, if you go to zone 7, go to Aso Drive Maitama, go to Wuse zone 2.
What I mentioned is very powerful. She wanted to vote what she wanted to vote. Can you tell us how the election here goes?
The election is very peaceful and harmony. I thank God that we made it so possible for the election to perform very well in Kano State.
Now, as you are saying you are happy, we are now in special elections of presidential, senatorial, and House of Rep. Is there any problem that arises during the election?
There is no problem. Everything went successful.
Did Annex supply all the equipment amicably?
They did it, only that they didn't start the time they're supposed to start. But to God be the glory, everything went successfully.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Going to fill one harka to CIN, and then yadda mun zo kamar yadda ake shi na ana harkar da su na wannan mazaɓa ta wafa da alamu ga jama'a wanda kowannen su yana shige ya kada kura ko ma ya kada ne bai an kada kura a yi zaɓe wanda ya sayar da the election of gone successfully. They are now counting the election. Therefore, I would like to ask some of the people around in the house what is going on. When I surrender, when I am to make a one is a way the man, the camera and came. Let's get the money. When I said that the election here was amicably completed, they are now counting, no fighting, no abusing, and if you can see now, they are counting the election. The officials of Hanif are now counting. They are counting the election. They are, if you can see, they are all hard work, and I assure you, all the essence of this election, party members are around. And as you can see there, the election officer, together with assistants, they are doing what we call counting the vote. And I'm just going to show all the voters are here around to see what they vote. That means in Kano here there is a peaceful election. And I assure you, 2 o'clock the deadline is completed. So all we want to say is we wish peace and harmony in the election. Suna shi ne ke fage gaban tafiyar wannan harka ta CIN na nan jihar Kano yadda mun zo kamar yadda ake shi na ana harka da su na wannan mazaɓa ta wafa kuma bisa ga da alamu ga jama'a wanda kowannen su yana shige ya kada kura ko ma ya kada ne bai an kada kura a yi zaɓe wanda ya sayar da the election of gone successfully. They are now counting the election. Therefore, I would like to ask some of the people around in the house what is going on. When I surrender, when I am to make a one is a way the man, the camera and came. Let's get the when I said that the election here was amicably completed, they are now counting, no fighting, no abusing, and if you can see now, they are counting the election. The officials of Hanif are now counting. They are counting the election. They are, if you can see, they are all hard work, and I assure you, all the essence of this election, party members are around. And as you can see there, the election officer, together with assistants, they are doing what we call counting the vote. And I'm just going to show all the voters are here around to see what they vote. That means in Kano here there is a peaceful election. And I assure you, 2 o'clock the deadline is completed. So all we want